We're getting pretty close to the end, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think I have this dungeon and then one more. So, you read YouTube comments? I do. Sometimes you don't want to read them. But I read them because, I don't know, I like seeing what people say sometimes. Sometimes it's not that nice, but it's okay. Maybe before I begin, I should get some more water. Lavish! Thank you for the 80 months! You are so sweet. Wow. That's a long time. Thank you for the 80 months. I'm old. I'm old! I'm old! I have this... I'm old, not you. You're just an infant, fairy baby. You don't age. So... just saying. Oh, thanks, John. Here, let me go get some extra water real quick. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Let me get some extra water. Oh, that is what I meant to do. Okay, hold on. Be right back. Hold on. Got my water bottle to match my ribbon. Ha 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 ha. Thanks, Twilight. Yeah, fairies don't age. This is true. You subbed to my YouTube? Thank you! Thank you! Hi, Mevy! Oh, Aki, thank you! Okay, this is one part of the dungeon that I don't like. I don't know, I struggle very hard with this. I have one green potion. We're gonna keep that, but I don't have any fairies or anything. Oh god. Whew, okay. It's the dark area. It's super dark in here. Get out of here. Is it in here, right? Oh gosh. Yeah. It's a dark area and I have to not only get to the center, but then I have to get to the end. And I have to keep as much HP that I can. Okay. I always forget how to get over to where I need to be. Is it this way? I always forget. Oh, see, that doesn't connect. Darn it. And then I keep getting hit by this stupid balls of fire, man. What the heck? Here we go, here we go. Oh, never mind. See, I'm already gonna die. Well, actually, I have 3 hearts. See, why doesn't it go down when I press down there? I'm the worst at this. There we go. Okay, I made it. This isn't what I want, though. I don't want to do this with 2 hearts. Darn it. Okay. I'm going to hope that that's what I need. Now I have to just survive this. Okay. I know how to get to the bottom. Oh wait, maybe I only need to click the button once. Oh no! Alright, well it's okay. First try. Hi Locust, how you? Death by pit. I keep forgetting that thing is there. I keep forgetting. Ooh. Ooh, I took damage when I shouldn't have. Does it go in the direction? Yeah, it goes in the direction that you press. Oh my god, you exist. Oh my god, a fairy. What? Oh, maybe that was you. I'm gonna claim that fairy was you. That was you, and you were very scrumptious. Okay, so we go down, and then down maybe? No. Darn. This is how you get to the end though. Okay, all right. So let's go this way, up and around maybe, and then down, and then down. Oh, darn it, I missed it. See, I can't do anything. Okay, up. No. Keep going in the same path that I'm not supposed to be. Okay, no, that's not it. So I did it again. I should just draw this out, you know? Here, down here. There we go. Oh, don't touch me. Oh, we did it. Okay. So here's hoping that just hitting the button is good enough. Oh god, don't. Ah, darn. Oh, darn. Okay. Okay, yeah, just hitting the button is good. I thought I had to use magic to do that thing. Darn it. How can I... Maybe I can... Ooh! Okay, here's the question. Left or right? Or left or forward? Let's go this way. There's a fairy. Yes! Yes! Hi, Christian! Now we don't have to hear that annoying beep. This area is quite confusing, I have to say. Maybe I can kill this thing with a bomb. Oh, I can. Haha. Would you look at that? Oh, oh. Yes. Christy! Thank you for the 16 months, hon. Glad to see you've learned that since I last caught the stream. Which part? The fairies? This is like a giant maze, isn't it? This can be quite confusing. Can I just use my... No, wait. Oh, I can. Haha. Haha, sucker. Ow! Ooh, a heart. Why does these things have so much health? The heck? The real question is where... Oh, I need to go up north. I see. Okay. Well, that's somewhat easy. Yeah, come here. Oh, well, I'll take it. Yeah, the fairies thing was really cool to find out. Hi, Neo. Hi, Raph. Hello. Oh, Zang did this. Oh, it did. Oh, I see. Thanks, Kirsty. Thank you, Zang. That was so sweet. I know you did like 12 months for Kirsty, didn't you? Was it 12? It was. I can't keep track at this point. Did a lot. Ooh, I'm scared. I'm already at the boss? But, oh, I missed a room. Did I get the item? Was there an item? Did I get the... I got that. I got the item. What was the item? I had the cane, but that was... Did I get that item? Oh, it was the mirror shield! Yes. Yes. Have you watched WandaVision? I have! And I caught up on WandaVision. But let's not talk about it, though, because I don't want to... I don't want to spoil it. But if you guys haven't seen it, I like it. I think I like it. At first, I was very skeptical, and I was like, what am I watching? But now that I got some episodes into it, I really like it. Without saying anything, do you guys like it? Are y'all watching it? Hi, Ozzy. We won't spoil, Caleb, don't worry. Ooh, what an entrance. Wow, that's like the coolest boss entrance ever. Okay, I'm a little nervous. Here, I'm gonna create just in case. You still gotta watch it? Oh, well, no spoilers, but I'm just wondering who has been watching it. You have, Jai? WandaVision? I absolutely love Marvel movies. And this is a Marvel TV show on Disney Plus. I really like it. I'm a fan, but no spoilers. One second. Okay. I just seen the first episode. It was okay, but kind of weird. Like, I want to wait until the whole season is up. I honestly wish I did that XBS. I kind of want, I wanted to have waited. Whoa! He's a turtle! Whoa, what's going on? Oh, ooh. Ooh, I have. Haha, take this. Oh, he moves. Oh, his head moves. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ooh, fire and ice. Oh. Oh. Ow. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm stuck. Eee! Can I hit his butt? No. Oh, no. Eee. It's okay, we have a fairy, guys. Maybe I should focus. We'll focus on the red one first. Oh god. I get so scared because of his head. See? His head is really mean. Oh, see? Oh. How much? Oh, we did it. I don't like this though. Oh, darn. Okay, hold on. I know what to do now. I don't know where I have to get back to, so we're just gonna go back here. Hey, Mori! I'm a fan of the show since we're finally seeing more of what Wanda can do since the movies have shown a small fraction of her powers. True. Yeah, I guess she's more in the comic books. Yeah, you're right. Also, you've been watching it too. By the way, hi, Mori. Tanny no Mori is my emote artist, guys, so say hi. Say hi to Mori. I'll probably watch it during the next Mandalorian season, but that's gonna be a long time from now. Okay. All right. Let's redo. I'm gonna focus on the blue head one actually, because he drops stuff. Like, see? I don't like it. Oh wow, that was fast. Oh wow, okay. See, he drops like the ice, the liquid. Ooh, you can make him stop. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh, we did it! Okay, what about the big guy? Oh, is he? Oh, he blows up too? I can't. Oh wow. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, just kidding. Oh, whoa. What is? Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, mama. Oh, so we do have to... Is this what a turtle looks like without its shell? With no arms? I'm just kidding. Wow! Look, he's glowing. Heck yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here, punk. Yeah, give me that sweetheart. Tasty. First try! You guys are cute. Oh, she's so cute. Oh wow, this is cute as Sage. I appreciate your coming so far to rescue me, as I thought you are the legendary hero. I have felt this from the first time we met. Ganon is waiting inside of his tower to pass through the gate, linking the two worlds. Once Ganon enters the light world, it is unlikely that anyone can stop him. But if he stays in the closed space of this world, you can find him wherever he runs. Now, go to the Tower of Ganon. We will use our combined powers to break the barrier. Let's return peace to the country without fail. Is this Zelda? That's not Zelda, right? She's the one locked up in Ganon's tower, I'm going to assume. Cooking one? Oh, it is Zelda! Oh, that's why she's the prettiest one. Oh, I thought Zelda was gonna be in Ganon's tower. Okay. Ah! It's funny. Okay. Oh, I have full magic. Ooh. Ooh la la. There's 2 spaces. Like, I missed 2 items. That kind of worries me. Okay, we need to figure out how... Oh, God. Oh, right. I forgot the Lionels exist. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 Lionels. Oh, Lionels. Oof. Ooh, see? Look it. I found it. I found it before, but here we go. Here we go. Link, we are going to break the barrier of Ganon's tower with our power. Oh. Ooh, that was cool. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, an opening. Ooh, stairs. Yes. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Ah ha. Ganon doesn't know what's gonna come at him. Ha ha ha. He don't know I exist. Hi, Josh. Was there a need to save after boss? No, but I can create one. If that's what you meant. Okay, are we ready? I don't know. I have 3 medallions. I keep forgetting those exist. But I didn't need to use the other medallion. There's gotta be something I'm missing, but we'll just do this. Whoa, look at he's holding the Triforce. He has statues of him holding the Triforce. What? So selfish and greedy and self-absorbed. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. All right, let's see. Hey, this is like the dungeon at the very beginning. Pompous. That's a great word. Yeah, very pompous. What a flex. Yes. Okay, there's 3. Let's go in the middle one. We're gonna go and explore. Look, there's Triforce everywhere. Oh. Ooh, what is this? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, darn it. Okay. Sometimes oh, I forgot about this guy. Okay, let's, there we go. This guy doesn't take any damage. Oh, ooh, that opened the door. I got him. Oh God, I got stuck. Oh no, what happens if you get stuck? Oh no! Oh no, what do I do? Oh, we're good. Oh, phew. Phew. I got scared for a second. I was like, no, I was doing so good. I don't want to have to redo it. No, I got stuck again. How the heck? Here, maybe, here. I know what to do. We're just gonna use a bomb. There we go. Okay, we're good. I get freaked out easily. Sorry, chat. Okay. Oh, okay. What is this? Ooh, oh. Ooh, okay, there's gonna be a button somewhere. All right. Oh, darn. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, I should have brought the statue. Why do you exist? Okay. Oh. you're just supposed to kill. Oh, I guess you're supposed to use the, yeah, okay, good to know. Total, why didn't it pop up? Thank you for the 32 months. Why isn't it popping up? Thank you for the 32 months total. I don't know why it's not popping up. Let me replay it. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it works. That was weird. There's no music though. Sorry, Total. Hello. How are you doing? Hi. We're having a good Monday. Oh, oh God. Oh God. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh gosh. Can I like dodge? Oh wait, now it works. Can I kill these things? Can I kill the eyeballs? Sorry, I have a fairy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh my God. Oh. Oh no. What is this? What? Why would you lead me to a room that I don't have the key for? You should have locked it with another key. Unless I don't have to do these rooms again. I probably will though, because I suck. Well, fine. I don't need the giant key anyways. Whatever. Oh! Wait, there's a key on the thing. I don't think have I seen that? Can I reflect his bone? I wonder. Oh no, I can't. Okay. Well, I tried. Aha! Aha. It's like that it's like that book that we had to get. Hi Juice, how are you? Okay, we can either go left or right. Let's go left because this doesn't have a key. I wonder if there's something in here that I need. Oh, a key. Oh, I'm glad I came this way. Interesting. There's a door over here. There's some things that I can hammer. I don't know why I would want to, but I'll just do it for the lulz, I guess. Does that say 9 months? Snap! Thank you so much for the 9-month resub. Congratulations on being born from the womb of the fairy mother. Thanks for the 9 months, buddy. That's incredibly long. I appreciate that. Thank you. We good, we good. Just finished doing my lectures. Just chilling. Is your lectures usually... oh. Oh. Is your lectures usually this late at night? Wow, look at that, guys. Haha. Haha. Question, if you keep going down, there's obviously a way we can go down, but let's go up first. See what's up here. Treasure. Ooh, I'll take it. Okay, thank you. I don't think I need any of this, but I'll take it. Wait, open. No. Ooh. This was a trap room. This is a room where I shouldn't have gone. Escape! I didn't need to go to that stupid room. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Are you kidding? Oh no. That's not cool. Ah! Get out of here, punk. Okay, I have 2 keys. Man, they're giving me so many options of where I should go. Oh my goodness. Let's do this, maybe? Okay. We got another key. Oh. Maybe that way? Yeah. Yeah. Why are y'all laughing? Whoa. Oh. This is scary. I'm intimidated. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No! Ah! It was just like on my elbow. Oh no. Ah! Woo! Okay, teleport me. Teleport me, baby. Oh, what's with the fireballs? Why do you exist? Oh, I'm so scared. Why do you exist? Oh god, oh my god. Oh my god, I don't like you. Oh goodness. Can I reflect these with my shield? Oh. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me right now? What is this nonsense? Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to get... Okay. Oh no, okay. Clearly, there's something I have to do. Clearly. Oh god. Oh god. I have to push down on one of these? No. Oh. That's what it is. Okay. That honestly, see, it didn't make any sense. Look how many freaking keys I have. I don't even know where. Oh my god.
I found this on Twitter and thought you would enjoy going through it later.
Ooh, what is it? Ooh, I would enjoy this. Hey, thank you. Thanks, Pi. I would enjoy that. Okay, chat. Left or right? Because obviously I don't know. Well, actually, no, you guys probably know where to go. Just kidding. Let me figure it out. I'll figure it out. Oh my god. You know what this reminds me of? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Death... Is it Death Mountain? That mountain area in the very first Legend of Zelda game where you had to, like, choose the path. Oh, that's what this is. Wait. Just kidding. I want to go back. Oh, there was something. Oh. Let me go back. Take me back. There was a wall I could bomb. Ah! Take me back to the beginning. Take me back to the beginning. Where was it? Right here. I knew it was gonna lead me somewhere. Oh, what the heck? 1 down. 2 down. What the heck is this room? Oh my god, it scared me! Ah! Why did that scare me? Why did that scare me? I don't know why that scared me. Ooh, what's this? Don't ask, chat. Why is there so many bombs? Give me hearts, stupid. This scared me. I don't know why that scared me. Okay, we're good. Cool. I wanted fairies, but whatever. I'll take it. Affectionately known as the randomizer room. What's known as the... That was known as the randomizer room? I'm gonna go up here. Yeah. No. Is this supposed to tell me where I'm going? I'm just pressing different ones. Is this supposed to make sense? I think it's supposed to make sense. I think I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. I need to go this to this one. Aha! Yeah, buddy. Haha, sucker. Haha. Oh. Give me that rupee. Oh. Oh. It was a trap. No! I want that skeleton. I want that skeleton head. Oh, well. Where am I? I keep getting teleported around. I'm gonna get so lost. There was so many rooms I didn't go in, darn it. Oh well. Hi, Dale. I guess people do go into it when not doing rando. Nothing ever makes sense ever. Never. Yes, exactly, Eric. Never. In randomizer, really important items can exist in that crazy bomb room, but it's not helpful in the main game. I see. Hi, CMA. Thank you for the 100 bits. How are you today? These guys. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, you thought you were gonna trick me? Haha. Why is that one floating? Why are you floating? Unless it's like a hidden path. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I found the big chest room. I found the big chest room. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Have I been here? Have I been here? I can't remember. Let's go to this room. Ooh. Man, this is the biggest... This is the most voluptuous dungeon full of gifts. It's good. Oh. Oh. I can pick it up? Since when could I do that? Also, why is that not working? What is this? Well, that was rude. I obviously can go upstairs, but why doesn't this thing work? It usually works. Have I always been wrong? Is it because it floats? It looks like it floats. Alright, whatever. Let me keep going. Oh. Ooh. Let's go to the opposite side. It's not properly on the Switch, so I was doing it right? Let me try one more time then. Ah, I have to push it on it. Oh, okay. Ooh, this is a fantastic room. Uh-oh, just kidding. Are you absolutely kidding me? Man. Oh, man, I was having a great day. Are you kidding me? Kill me. I'm out of here. Let me out of here. Oh my god. Can those things just die? Thank you. Somehow. It didn't die, but whatever. Oh! Oh, I feel so violated when they get near me. It just scares me. Ah! Oh, I don't like you. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what it is I'm doing. Ow! Am I supposed to, like... This obviously is a puzzle. Same with this. I don't understand this. Can I? Okay. Okay, so clearly I have to turn on all of the things with that. Shoot. I don't understand that room. Oh, shoot. I wish you could kill them and then they wouldn't show up again. Like, I think we all wish that was the case. This doesn't make any freaking sense. Okay, I'm gonna go and just not. Let me... Okay, let me see. Okay, so there's... Oh, did I go upstairs? Or up... Did I go in here? What's in here? Oh, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, I hate those things so much. What? Am I supposed to kill everything? Oh, I hate trap rooms like that. That's so silly. Okay. Let's see. Oh, did it not work? This ain't good. Okay, let's give it a second. Okay, so... No! Curse you! However, there are 2 fairies in this room, which I do like, so... Lots of trap rooms. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for gosh darn sure. It's not very nice. Oh. Back up there. Fireproof? I guess that is later in the game, yeah. Or later in, like, other Zelda titles. Oh, baby, I got 2 fairies there. I kind of wish I, you know. Okay, let's kill this guy. Get out of here. I'm gonna see if I can... There we go. Okay, I'm making the path. Okay. Oh no. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, go, go. No! I was so close! Oh, give me that heart, you turd. Oh, it was so close, guys. I was like right there. Oh, hello! Uh-oh. Ivla. Oh, I'm so sorry if I say your name wrong. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the raid. Shout out. Hi. Hi, guys. We're playing A Link to the Past. Oh, you were playing Breath of the Wild. I love that game. It's like my favorite game. How'd your stream go? Elven Army Raid. I love that. Ivelia? Rhymes with livelier. Do you have a nickname? I don't know why I'm struggling. For those of you that came from the raid, could y'all say 3 things about Ivelia? There we go. Ivelia. I'm really bad at that. Could you tell me 3 things about her so I can get to know her? I'm assuming that's your pronouns. Kylie's a master of pronunciation. Oh. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst. 900 Croc Seed Hunt! Oh my god, sending you all the luck with that, because that was, oh, oof. That's a feat. That's a lot of Crocs there. But yeah, people from her stream, could you tell me maybe 3 things, like if there's only 3 words that you could say to describe her so my chat can get to know her, I would appreciate it. Or anything, that's fine. A true princess? Ooh. Playing the Champions Ballad in all Crocs. Oh, so she's doing the DLC. She's a great singer? Oh, I want to hear her voice. Singing and voice acting. She's the most persistent Zelda player I've ever met. It's insane, I know, girl, yes. Oh, you should get recently I also did the 900 Korok seeds, and I did it this last year, actually. And I got, like, the 900 Korok seed club shirt. You should get that when you get all 900. YouTube, singer, Zelda. 3 words. I mean, you can do whatever. It's fine. Here, also, let me go to her stream and send her a follow real quick. That was so sweet of you to raid me. I really appreciate that. You're out. Oh, your design is so pretty. Ooh, I love your panels. Oh my god, this is so pretty. I love your starting soon screen. Oh my god, you're gorgeous. Oh my god, I like the little croc in the back. Oh my god, that's so cute. Tell me more about this shirt. Do we have a link to it? Zang? I don't know if we have the link to it. Good night, Nideko. It was sweet of you to come by. Appreciate it. I mostly lurk in your streams, but I have been following you for a couple of years. Wait, what? Really? Oh, snap! Dude, thank you. What? She's played all the Zelda games except 2. I don't blame you for not playing Zelda 2. Oh, thank you for giving her a follow. I appreciate it. Is that it, games? Redbubble? Did I buy it on Redbubble? No, that's not the shirt. That's a cute shirt, but that's not the shirt I'm talking about. Oh, you're from Europe. Okay, yeah, it's like super late for you. Did I finish Turtle Rock? Yes. So, for anybody that's new, I am doing a Zelda 35th anniversary celebration where I'm playing all of the Zelda games in release order. So we recently beat the very first Legend of Zelda. We played Zelda 2, and that was very difficult, but we did it. So now we're on A Link to the Past, and it's gonna go all the way until Breath of the Wild. So that's like my plan for this year, is to play all the Zelda games. There's several Zelda games, including this one, that I've never played before. So this is like my first experience. In fact, all 3 of the games that I've played recently, I have not played. Or at least that was the first time I played them. You've played it except Triforce Hero and A Link Between Worlds. I don't have the 3DS. Oh, okay. 3D, the Link Between Worlds reminds me of this kind of game. I played A Link Between Worlds a very long time ago. I have my 3DS. Look at it. I can't wait to play my 3DS games, but you should get a 3DS. I have this one. You can like buy them. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if the shop that I bought this one at still exists, or maybe they like renamed or rebranded or something. But you can get like a built-in capture card, and then you can stream like the video from it. Or you can just use emulators, I guess, but I can't. I'm a Nintendo ambassador, so that's something a bit about me. Zelda Philips CDI played. No, Maury, we're not doing those. Those aren't included. I know. We're not doing those. Baby Grog. Oh, you like Baby Yoda? Oh. Supposed to be the spiritual successor of Link to the Past. What, A Link Between Worlds? That makes sense then. Thank you, Zang. That's it. Zelda 2 was wow. Exactly how I would put into words. It was wow. It was painful. But I did it, and you should try it. I think the game would be a lot more, I mean, it's challenging, but if you have like guides and like help, and then if you play, because I'm playing on the Switch, you can play the NES games and the SNES games, and then you could create stuff called save states. So if you like press these 2 buttons, you can actually like create like if I I can like save exactly where I am right now, and then I can reload that spot, and you can do it wherever. You don't have to have like a save spot anywhere. That is what saved me in Zelda 2. There's no other way I could have done that game without it. Oh, there's no way, no way. No way, no way, no way. Oh, Rebecca! I love how the save states you have are right before bosses. Oh, are they? Oh yeah, they are. Yep. Or you can actually like fast forward or rewind, excuse me. You can rewind, which is really helpful. I mean, play how you want, man, but like Zelda 2, you needed them. You really needed them. Oh no, wait, you did without save states? Wait, you have beat Zelda 2? Oh, never mind. I don't know why I read that. I saw somebody said that you did it. Never mind, my bad. Wait, forest raid? Wait. I'm so confused. Wait, did I miss another raid? Did I miss something? No, Nova, you'll never want to see that. Oh, your special doll your parents bought? Wait, whose doll? That is dedication. Oh, Forest finished. Oh, it was a double raid. Oh my god. Came in with her raid. Oh my god. Well, thank you both. How was your stream, Rebecca? We are now in the last boss area and or the last dungeon. Yee! I'm just gonna run for it, even though I know that can give me a fairy. Oh, okay, we're good. But the no! I don't like the wall mask. Oh, these guys are no fun. This is gonna be difficult. Will I finish tonight? I might. It's possible. I wasn't expecting to. Oh no, I did that wrong. I had no idea that actually shoots fire out from all four sides. Pretty cool. All right, do I have another space for another fairy? I do. Yoink, kidnapped. I absolutely will. Oh, thank you for the vote of confidence. Okay, we're good. Is there anything that kills this thing faster? My goal is to turn all of these lights on. I wonder if there's a faster way. Oh, I don't like that skeleton. Okay. Let's see. Oh gosh. Okay, go. 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 Oh! I made it! Ah! Ooh, they don't like fire. Oh. Yeah! Get out of here, punk. Look at that. I like it's like 2 seconds. Or 1/2 a second. Too late and I would have made it. Woo! Woo! Do you actually want to know what kills him faster? Is it fire? What are you playing this on? I'm playing this on the Switch. With my Pro controller. Hi, Chrono! Yeah. Has it always been fire? Oh no. Oh god. Well. Oh, you're supposed to. Oh, I see. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna end up wasting all of my bombs. I can't throw it over here. I mean, I'm doing it right. Darn. Bombing yourself? I'm not trying to bomb myself. Remember something you learned from rooms ago? Oh. Maybe this? Ah! Aha. Interesting. I forgot about that. Ooh, look at all of this juicy rewards. This is what I get for being good. Oh gosh. Look at that. Oh, I got a compass now. Look how many floors there are, guys. There's a basement and 7 floors. What in the world? This is crazy. This is a giant dungeon. Ooh, where does this take me? Okay. Alright. Let's just be careful here. Just gotta be very cautious, chat. Oh, a key! Oh, yes. That's great news. Whoa, 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 that was close. Okay. We have no more keys, so... I hate these things so much. Whew. You never thought of that? You're just... Oh, is that... That's probably how you're supposed to do that, though. Oh, no. That's probably how you're supposed to do that room. Okay, what's over here? Okay. Oh, oh. Are you kidding? Oh my god. All right. That's quite unfair. Oh god. The wall, it starts going... Are you... What? Why that early? No, I was so close to get to the other side. Shoot. I might have to use a fairy here. That's okay. This is, oh my god, that was just dumb. Let's go up and then go down. Oh. I forgot about that thing. I don't know why. I was seeing the giant red balls of fire. Okay. Oh, yes. Haha, sucker! Oh, I'm not getting that rupee. Okay, we're good. Okay. Oh! Huh. Oh. Oh, okay. Man, this place has so many teleports. This dungeon. Whoa! Do they go away? Where am I? I'm still on the first floor. Huh. Uh-oh. Huh. Is it safe? Oh, no, it's not. They tricked me. Or maybe it's safe. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Gray. Hi, Yoshi. We still don't have the big key yet, right? No, we only have the compass. There's no more keys that I have. Huh. I don't think it's my job to go, or my goal to go that way. I'm pretty sure I've already been this way before. Clearly, I don't think I'm supposed to... Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, here we go. I see a light over here. Ah, look at that. Success. Oof. Thank God that there's no... Oh. Just kidding. I was gonna say thank God there's no timer. Oh, no, I don't remember. I don't... Okay, so I gotta go fast. Okay. Oh. Okay, I gotta go fast, chat. Or at least I gotta remember. Okay, we're good. Whew. Whew. Jeez. Okay, we're good. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff going on over here. I hate when I miss. Come here. Yes. Hi, Evo. Hey, Kylie. Alex is asking for advice from chat on where to get a good massage. Of course, chat is just full of good answers, and I had absolutely nothing to do with any of it. Like, massage for him? Or for somebody for Valentine's Day? Thank you for the 35 months, Evo. Ah! Oh, okay, we're good. I was scared that something... I was gonna fall through. Oh, okay, that's... I'll take that. I don't even think... I think I have to do it like that. Okay, here, what's in here? Why isn't it giving me anything good? What is this room? Is this a dead room? Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to bomb the floor, and then I'm supposed to go to the basement. Let's try that. No? Oh, I'm right. Yes. Ugh. Whoa. Whoa, these guys are scary. Oh, wait a second. Wait, this looks familiar. Wait, wasn't this a boss? Wait, what was this? Wait, I remember seeing this. What was this? there we go. One down. I swear this was a boss. Am I on drugs? This looks difficult. I mean, the floor being ice is rather difficult. Haha. Get him! Get him! Oh no! I forgot he does this when there's one left. Man! Oh. That's it? He's not gonna drop any hearts? Are you kidding? That's so mean. What in the world? Wow. Oh, ooh, hearts? Oh, we got the big key. That's great. Wait. If we got the big key, that means we already know. We just have to get back upstairs to get to the big chest. Yeah. Elf, hello. Aw, hey, bestie. Hi, Elf. Thanks for 32 months. Hello. How are you today? Hi, Matt. Thanks, Matt. Debated. Was that ever a boss? I swear I fought something like that before. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, really, Isabel? Ooh, here we go. Maybe it'll be a fountain of fairies. Oh! Well, would you look at that? Oh wait, I don't even need them. Heal me! Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. Over here. Come down. Fine, I'll go up. Heal me. Heal me. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Yeah. Wow, that was a lot. Oh! Oh, this is beautiful. It takes me right to where I need to go. Oh! You found the red mail! This provides even better protection than the blue mail. Wow! I'm like a spicy chicken nugget. Yeah! Okay, so, interesting. Now where do we go? Okay. We need to keep going up, I'm guessing. Because that's where the boss is. So, let's go up, shall we? I don't know where that is, so maybe actually in this room. We'll see. Oh, it is. I am right. Woohoo! I think I'm right. We'll see. That eats fairies. Here we go. Okay, so that's this floor. So, maybe this way? I don't know, I'm forgetting. We go this way. Oh, I see. I see the room. The room, I can get there. I'm gonna take this just in case. Don't really need it, but okay, so this is the way I gotta go. Oh no. Oof. Get out of here. Every time I threw it, I always got... Oh! Just kidding, I got stuck, but... Oh, wait. I'm supposed to... Right. I have to move this thing first. Okay, there we go. Yes, okay. Yes. Oh, wait. Okay, we can... Oh, wait, what? There we go. How did I do this last time? I can't kill you like this? That's not cool. Alright, fine. I have a better idea. Try not to take as much damage as possible. Actually, let's push. I'm trying to like trap the thing. See? Success! There we go. Woohoo! Oh gosh. These things hurt. Okay. Alright, let's just keep going. Woo! Okay, we made it! Oh! Progression! Ooh, it sounds shaky. The heck? Oh, I see it. It's right there. I know, the shield's so handy. Skeptic, thank you so much for the 11 months. Hi! How are you? Ooh, this is... Maybe I can... Ooh, wait, maybe I can, like, capture some of them. What is that? Oh, what are you? What are you? Oh! Ah! Okay, we're good. I forgot. Is that that's not the first time I've seen that thing, right? Alright, hello. My Stardew farm passed 100 million total earnings. 100 million? 100% perfection rating? Can I see a photo? You'd love to give me a tour? Aw, that's sweet. I want to see a photo. I haven't played in a bit. How do you give people tours? A Hinox? Is that what those are called? Oh my god. Oh my god, what? Oh. Oh. You're supposed to dodge them. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, just curious, chat. I don't know, there's like a... Here, hold on. I'm not quite sure. Can I, like... Take me over there. Okay, well, I opened it. Maybe I shouldn't have opened it yet, but... Oh, well. Oh no. Haha! Look at that! Suckers! Yeah, oh no. I hate how this thing is moving. Away I go! Oh man, why is there so many of these? Let me in! Oh my god. What? Why is there so many? What? What kind of monster thought of this? No. What? Oh my god, I have fairies. I would not want to redo that. I'm out of here. Ooh. I think I just want to get healed. There we go. You can deflect the lasers. Well, I mean, there was so much going on. I was constantly moving. I wasn't necessarily worrying about deflecting the lasers. Oh. Wait a second. These guys look familiar. Wait, haven't I fought this boss? Have I fought this boss? I fought this boss before. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. I think. Maybe. Okay. I think I'm doing it right. Oh, there we go, there we go. There was another one. Okay, one more. Yeah, we did it. Okay, so I'm fighting like the bosses again, I guess. And like all of the in the castle. Well, at least I think. Wait, right? Where were these bosses? Were these at the very beginning? Like the very first, the 3 first palaces? These were the bosses, right? All the Light World bosses? Yeah, I was right. Yeah. Okay, so that means there's one more then. I can't remember the last one. Oh. What? Excuse me? There's no floor. Excuse me. Was there a light or something I could light? Maybe I can just go straight forward. Oh God. Okay. Those hearts would be nice, but... I wish there was a way to tell. Well, how am I supposed to know? Sorry. Mm. I did it! Yeah! What was the other way? Bless you. Thank you. Haha, sucker! You can't kick me off. What are the medallions? Oh. Huh. I like this game too. I like that the whiz robes in this one, like, stay in one spot. Like, that's beautiful. Why aren't they always like that?
Hey Kylie. Next time you see Alex, don't let on that he's getting you a couple's massage and a $90 lunch on Valentine's Day. Specifically those two things. Just don't even mention it.
A $90 lunch? I don't even think I can eat that much. What would be $90? Who eat? What? Thank you, Evo, for the 100 bits. Anyone else super confused over the going live notification? A date stood her up. Oh, it's a joke, Alex! Hold on, I'll show you the full one. It might not have showed like the full joke, but my go live notifications are always jokes. It says my date was supposed to meet me at the gym, but they didn't show up. That's when I knew we weren't going to work out. It's a joke. It was funny. I thought it was funny. But if you didn't see like the very ending of it, then that makes sense. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out of my way! Get out of my way, minions! I want that. Give me that heart. Give me that. Oh, thank god. Okay. Whew. Ooh, well, that sounds nice, Evo, but that doesn't sound like Alex. Okay, what do we have here? We have one here. I'm gonna assume I have to turn all of them on. I do. Okay, so we probably need our hook shot, so let me reset it. I didn't get it! Do you get it now, though? It's okay. They can charge you $90 for a very small amount of food and some... That's true. That is true. But I am not... I don't know. I don't... I feel guilty when I eat that much money. Eat that much money. I eat that amount of food for that much money. Whatever. You can easily rack up $90 for not a lot of food at a pricey restaurant. Who eats at a pricey restaurant? I don't. Where's my guru? I don't know. Why? Okay, so I can't hook shot there, so I might as well get rid of that. Just like clean up this area. Okay. You know what? I'll clean up this area too, I think. Me. Just don't want to fall. Okay. So, which one should we do first, chat? I have to think about it. There's only 4, right? Okay. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Okay, so there's only 4. So maybe if we do... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna create one here. Just in case. Texas Roadhouse. But that's lunch. Lunch, though. Lunch. It is. No, I didn't know, Alex. No way. I don't know this by heart at all. No way. Oh, I think I'm too slow. Oh, I did first try. Oh no. Wait. Oh my god. So, I thought I was doing it right this time, chat. Oh no. I thought it worked with my sword out. My bad. Oh no. I have... Aw, shoot. Oh. Okay. Ah, I keep falling! I don't... Can I turn these little balls into something? Can I turn them into fairies? I'm gonna try it. Nope. Ah, these things are so annoying. Oh. Oh no. Wait, what happens if I game over? I don't even know how to get back up to where I was though. We're just gonna... We're just gonna go back. Screw that. Where's the first time I've seen it? Sure, why not? Well, this isn't the best, but I'll deal with it. What kind of monster created this place? Just go back down and up. Debbie, thank you for the rain! Hi, Michael! Oh, wait. Just kidding. We need to go get the magic. Okay. Oh, this is painful. How do I even... What in the world? How are you supposed to do this map? What the heck? You have to be so fast. Guess who has a Sega Genesis? Nice. Do you want a tip? Nah. Let me keep... Oh, wait! This is probably super dumb, but I'm gonna try it. This is gonna be so dumb. It's gonna be so dumb, but I'm gonna do it. Maybe if you bomb with fire, it'll light them all. Light. It didn't work. Okay. Hey, you know... Let's go in the direction... Darn it. I want to go in the direction that... the dudes fall from. Oh, it was so close. Ah! Okay, we did it. Okay, there we go. Ah, yes. Get out of here. No. Where'd all my fairies go? A key! Man, this gives me so many bombs. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to use bombs in this dungeon. There was one area that I remember bombing, but I didn't go in yet. Oof. Thanks, Bailey. There's a solution, but you already know that. There has to be a solution. Oh, save? Okay. Save. I saved. This is a big dungeon. This is a huge dungeon. Huge. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, darn. Yes! Look at that, chat. It's beautiful. Ow! I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, oh. Oh, God. I did not mean it. That. Ah! Okay. Yay! Look at this. Yay! That was fun room. No! No. Not again. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. 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 Ow. Wait, where am I? What the heck? Oh. Oh, this isn't so bad. This is bad, but... That's it? Oh, I thought he was gonna be a little harder. Do I have to fall down? Eh? He dropped. What happened? What? Did I miss something? Did I miss something, chat? Maybe I missed something. Oh, my sword. Wait, he's back. What? I clearly missed something. Holy cow, he dies so fast. But then, like, what does he drop? Like, what? Oh. Oh, I see. I see, chat. Fight him again. Ow. Okay, whatever. Ow. Get out of here. Ah! Go forward. Go forward. I'm so close yet so far. What the heck? Get out of here. Ooh. Go. This tricky room. Man, they add everything. Oh. Ooh. Am I ready? I have no fairies. Great. We're gonna fight Ganon! Okay, I have bombs. Apparently that's what I needed. Also, wait, I never found the map. Who knows? Oh, I see where it could be. Oh, well. Here we go! Oh, wait, this isn't Ganon. Oh, right, this is... Oh. Oh, ho, ho, it's great that you could come all the way here, Link. I'm very happy to see you again, but you better believe that we will not have a third meeting. Prepare to meet your doom. It's Ganon. Why did I think I was supposed to fight Ganon? Maybe Ganon's next. Oh, right. I have to hit the things, right? Ooh, I hit him twice. Ooh. What the heck? Hey, well, I got him that time. Yeah! Haha! Yeah, get it. Oh. Oh, he's a bat. Whoa. Oh. Whoa, whoa. He's a bat. Oh. Jump down. He's in the pyramid. Ah! We're fighting Ganon now! Okay. I never imagined a boy like you could give me so much trouble. It's unbelievable that you defeated my alter ego, Ganon, the dark wizard, twice. But I will never give you the Triforce. I will destroy you and make my wish to conquer both light and dark worlds come true without delay. We'll see about that, punk. We'll see about that, punk. I'm going to assume that this guy has, like, a lot of HP. Who knows what's gonna happen after. I have like red. I have a red mail. I have Max. Oh no! Whoa, 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 whoa! What is he doing? They're bats. Uh-oh. That's not good. I don't have a fairy. Uh-oh, what happens? Oh! What happens? Oh. Wait, if that bird came and took me here, can he take me to a potion lady? Okay, no. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We'll have to do it like this. Okay, all right, and again! Not remembering? Well, I mean, I kind of remember. He hurts. I wonder if I can go get fairies and come back. Can I go get fairies? You know? I wonder how you bomb this thing. Can I bomb this now? Maybe I need to use bombos? Ah. Fine. I don't know where fairies are though. Oh wait. Maybe I have to do it in the light world. Just kidding. I'm missing an item, aren't I? Because there's like two things there. I definitely need fairies though to survive. So I'm gonna go and see if I can find any fairies. I know I found them before. I just can't remember how I got them. I think there was fairies over there. So let's go. We'll go down. Get out of my way, piggy. Not that way. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, y'all remembered. Yeah, platypus. Not right now, though. That's the secret word. Ah! I'm getting close. I remember. I swear there's a place over here. It might be in the light world, but that's okay too. Oh my god. Leave me alone, Skull! Wait, where am I? What? Did I go in a circle? Oh. T. Man, I went in a circle. That's okay. Can I fall? Fall down? No? Okay. That was where the bottle was. The sacred realm. Yeah? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dodge! I wonder, so this takes me here. I want to go over there. So let me keep swimming. I'll get back to the pyramid. But having full life and hearts will be nice, or fairies will be nice. Get out of here. We're so close to beating the game, guys. I didn't think I was gonna be done today. Okay, I think it's here. Something's here. I can't remember. Whoa. It's a hand. Hello? Hey, I'll tell you a profitable story. What the heck? Okay. Okay. Hey, thank you. Tell you the truth, I used to be a thief in the light world. Some of my fellow thieves went into hiding because they were afraid of being caught. One of them was a master locksmith, but now he is hiding the fact that he was a thief by pretending to be a strange middle-aged guy. Ha ha ha. Oh, he healed me. Who is he referring to? Hi, King. Yeah. Darn it, I don't want you. Can I capture you? All right. An average middle-aged man. I can't remember. Okay, here we go. I was wrong. Oh, it's the next one, I think. Ah! Trying to get my fairies. This is the fairies. Yes, I was right! Come in here. Maybe I should get 3? I don't know. I kind of want to save my magic, so we'll just do 2 for now. Too bad I couldn't teleport. What's in here? I did not know that. What the heck? Interesting. Hi, Lennon. Hello. Maybe I should swim now. Swim to your freedom. All right, let's go back to the pyramid now. Woo! Oh, look. I swam down the thing. Uh-oh. Where does this take me? Is this where I want to be? Sure. I don't think so, but I'll take it. Woohoo! Don't hurt me. Triforce of the Gods too? That's what it's called? Okay. All right, here we go. I'll have to figure out how to do that bomb thing later. It's clearly something I'm missing. I don't remember missing it, but... okay. Are we ready? We have fairies this time, and I'm fully healed. Interesting. I like this sound. The boss fight music's cool. Alright, if I just avoid... Can I hit these birds? Can I hit these bats? I guess I just dodge them. I guess. I wonder if I can shoot magic at him. If he's fire, you know? I guess not. Darn. It's worth a shot. What? How did I miss him? Wonder how... I wonder. I'm just gonna try it. Why not? Does it do any damage? Oh shoot, it didn't do any damage, did it? Whoa, 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 it changed now. Oh, whoa. The floor, he's getting rid of the floor! Stop moving. Oh, gosh. This is fun. I like this fight. Challenging, but fun. I just gotta be careful. Woo! Do I take damage if he goes through me? Ah! You are doing well, lad, but can you break through this secret technique of darkness? On guard! Ugh. Oh, it's light. Oh, it's a dark mode. Oh, why is he blue? Huh. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, so you can fall. Ooh, where am I? You can fall? Do you have to reset the fight? When Ganon is stunned, give him his last moment with a silver arrow? Uh-oh. Wait. This is like the first Zelda. I don't have the silver arrow. Oh. Snap. I don't have this silver arrow. Did I miss it? And was there a dungeon? Was there a dungeon? An item? Did I miss an item? Okay. Alright. Okay, clearly I'm missing something. Let's go to the fortune teller. Let's go to the fortune teller. 'Cause they'll know. I'm gonna go with fortune teller. Hopefully they'll tell me. They usually tell me. They told me about the blacksmith guy last time. Going the right way, kind of. No, I need to go up and around. Ah! Every time. Haha, sucker. I wonder if there's fairies. Oh god. You know, it's probably something to do with the graveyard, because I haven't done anything with the graveyard yet. Don't touch me. Okay, alright. Mr. Fortune Teller! How do I get the silver arrow? Okay, he's told me this so many times, but I don't know what he means. The gossip shop in the dark world has treasure for the asking. Where the heck is the gossip shop? Okay. Alright. There's something clearly here. Gossip shop. What's a gossip shop? You know, also, something I noticed is this area. I'm gonna go to the light world real quick. This area, it's like flattened. So I wonder what happens if... No. We're not gossiping! Lame advice, I know. If I ask him again, will he tell me another hint? The gossip shop? Oh boy. Oh, you are gonna get it. Ugh, you turd. So, like, the gossip shop? He's told me this so many times, so clearly I'm forgetting something. Might as well buy this. Ooh, got him. Gossip shop. This is just the gamble place, right? Yeah. Is it supposed to be like another name for a gossip shop? Have I been everywhere? There's a house up there. Maybe I can go up there. Wait, is up here? No. Wait, that's where the fortune teller is. Wait, no, is it? Wait, is that the fortune teller? Yeah, that is. There's a house up there. I don't think I've been there, so. Can I even get there? Oh, there's a piece of heart. Ooh, I want that. Oh my god. That's to go in, right? That's a piece of heart right there, guys. And that makes us go inside. Shoot. Oh well. I'll figure it out later. Oh, a fairy. All right. What's the point of this? Is this a gossip shop? You lied to me. It's just a regular shop. You lie. Oh, hello. What is over here if I do this? So I went here, went there. Ooh, did I go in there? Ooh, I don't think I went in there. I think I went in here, but you know what? Why not? Whee! Not in here. And then that's the blacksmith house. There is the house down there, so I guess we can go that way now. Oh, we can't go that way from this way, though. That's okay. Can I jump? Probably. I don't think I want to, though. My day's been good. How was your day? We're getting so close to the end, man. I was so close of killing him. Rawr. Okay, hold on. This is to the blacksmith. So no. We need to go back and then down. Oop. I don't remember people gossiping. No, this is the guy that has the mini game. don't know where these stupid silver arrows are. I'm following the fortune teller's advice. But yeah. I already finished Ganon's tower, yeah. I'm fighting Ganon now, but I realized, oh my god, it's crazy that they actually followed like the very first game. You have to have silver arrows to like kill him. Just like the first game. And they weren't items that I found in the dungeon, so it makes me think either I missed them, which might be possible because there are a couple rooms I didn't go in. There's also an area on the wall to bomb. And then I wonder if I can talk to him one more time. Ugh. I guess it doesn't hurt. Oops. I mean, I'm assuming I don't have silver arrows. I'm assuming I'm assuming. Annihilation! Hello! Thank you for the 46 months. Thank you. Have a lot of raids today? We got raided by I'm gonna pronounce her name wrong again. Evilly? And then Rebecca Force Minish was with her when she raided. So I'm thinking maybe them two. Hi, Witcher. It's just gonna kill me. I'm sorry. There's only one other house that we haven't been to, and that's Link's house. So I'm gonna go to his house first. Yeah. That's the only house I haven't been to. Besides the potion one. I know it's not there, so. Oh, wait, no! Shoot. That's not what I meant to do, my bad. Sorry, guys. Alright, where's his house from here? Oh, down? Okay. I love that I have a map. I take maps for granted. And general sense of direction for granted. No, you took my life. No. Shoot. I'm good, Nick. How are you? Keep exploring? Okay. Is there any hearts here? I can't remember. Maybe in the light world there is. Oh, wait. Oh. Wait, am I supposed to be here? When did he get that? Did he always have that? I found the bomb! Wait, is he the gossip guy? Oh, whoa. Whoa, what is this? Follows me. Whoa, I'm not holding it? Oh. What? Oh, this is risky. Huh. Oh, I'm not supposed to go this way. Okay, I need to get to the pyramid without it making this thing explode. Oh, this is cool. Ooh, yes. There we go. Okay, okay. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Oh, save state? I guess so. Okay, okay. Let's just have that just in case. I'll be careful. I'm really bad with sense of direction. Get out of here! Get out of here! Okay. On the wall, please. How do I... Oh! It's working! Oh, please be the silver arrows. Oh. Is it a fairy? Oh, it's a mysterious pond! Won't you throw something in? Oh. Select an item using the control pad and throw it using the Y button. Oh, it's showing my arrow! My bow and arrow. Hello there, did you drop this? Yes. You are an honest person. I like you. I will give you something important. These are the silver arrows! To give Ganon his last moment, you definitely need them. I know I don't quite have the figure of a fairy. What? You're voluptuous, hun. Don't worry about it. Ganon's cruel power is to blame. You must defeat Ganon. Yeah! We found him! I knew I needed to check every house. That was the last house I needed to check. Ooh! Well, we have 2 red potions and a green, so I think I'll be fine. I just have to remember to use it before. Okay, I'm gonna have that up. Yeah, let's go kill Ganon! I need to go use the restroom real quick though. Here, hold on. Let me create a save state. Okay, hold on. Let me use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be back and then we're gonna kill Ganon, okay? All right, be right back. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Are we ready to kill Ganon? Thank you. Now we have the secret sauce, the secret ingredient. We got this, guys. We got this. Do more hits that way if you hold it down. Ow. Wow, he already did so much damage. Uh-oh. Not again. He has so many stages to this fight. Like, holy guacamole. Oh. Little at a time, chat. Little at a time. Take our time. And if I get too low, I gotta remember to use my potion. Okay, let's use my potion. Okay, we're good. You know, fairies don't even give me that full of health. But we only have one more. Oh, hold on. Let's get my... Instead of getting that out, let's do that and get that out. I wonder if I can just shoot him with my arrows right now. I know it takes so much damage, but we just gotta be careful. Uh-oh. We also have to have magic, I remember. Oh, here we go, here we go. Things are happening. Uh-oh. Oh, right, he's taking the floor. What a turd. We know you have special powers, sir. I'd rather you not. You are doing well, lad, but can you break through the zero technique of darkness? That's where the silver arrows come in handy, I think. Okay, okay, okay. Maybe. Shoot. No, you made me fall! What happens if I fall? Do I have to restart? Oh, gosh, darn it. It came out of nowhere. Oh, wait, no, he's supposed to go out, I think. Oof. Wait. Are you supposed to go back? It makes you... Oh, okay, then screw that. I'm gonna use technology on my side. No, 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 I fell again, didn't I? Oh, I didn't fall. Wait, what? I missed them? Oh. Oh, you Neanderthal. Oh, man. What are you talking about? I hit him. Oh, no, this is not good. No! I refuse! That doesn't make any sense. I hate his giant bat of death. Oh. You would think that his bat would do damage. Or not damage, would light up the would light up the thing. Wow, he's evil. I know it's lame, chat, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. Come on. Okay. Oh, I actually did damage. Am I allowed to just... Here, hold on. I'm gonna need to use this. We need more magic. We need more magic. Oh, I wish I had a fairy right now. Oh, I hate you so much, Ganon. Been stuck here since 97. You are the giant, biggest turd of them all, you fire bat. Like, why do you exist? Why? Why are you shooting that direction, Link? Oh, you are so not good. What is this? I have, like, a fire armor, a shield, and I can't reflect a bat. Like, what is this nonsense? Let's just restart. Okay. Let's just restart. Let's just restart it. Yes. I'm gonna try to not get hit at the beginning so I can use my wonderful red potions at the beginning. Okay, also, I'm gonna be careful and just hit him twice. Oh, what? We need him to do his fire move. Like, right now. Oh, God. There we go. Ah! Absolutely terrifying. Oh, darn it. I hate when it goes that way. Good. I was good at dodging there for a second. Darn it. Oh, ooh, that's not good. Should I be using the lantern instead of my... I wish my Bombos medallion would do better. Both have their pros and cons. I see. I'll do that. I think keeping my magic would be wise. Just kidding. Why are you right there? That was a really good hit. What? You hit the tail? Okay, I'm really understanding this fight now. No! Get him! Darn it. Hi, Orca! Thank you! Oh, wait. Why am I have my boomerang? Uh-oh. We need to use another red potion. Here we go. One more good hit. Oh. Oh. Oh! Yeah! We killed Ganon! Oh. Oh, I can move. Go this way. Do they kiss in this game too? Welcome, Link! I am the essence of the Triforce. I like this music. Essence of the Triforce. We made it, guys! The Triforce will grant the wishes in the heart and mind of the person who touches it. Ooh, this is pretty. If a person with a good heart touches it, it will make his good wishes come true. If an evil-hearted person touches it, it grants his evil wishes. They should have put a safeguard on that. The stronger the wish, the more powerful the Triforce's expression of that wish. Ganon's wish was to conquer the world. That wish changed the Golden Land to the Dark World. Ganon was building up his power here so he could conquer the Light World and make his wish come completely true. But now you have totally destroyed Ganon. His Dark World will vanish. The Triforce is waiting for a new owner. Its golden power is in your hands. Now, touch it with a wish in your heart. I wish for $1 million. Oh, okay, never mind. Just kidding. I wish for peace. Triforce, we got it! The Return of the King, Hyrule Castle. The King. Look at all of them! Oh, that's all of them! The Loyal Sage Sanctuary. Are we seeing all of them? Sahashalala's homecoming. Kakariko town. Not village? Look at the duck. Vultures rule the desert palace. Oh, it's just taking us through all the stuff. How cool. Oh, look at the guy. He's trying to unlock the... Oh, hello. The bully makes a friend. Mountain tower. Wait, what? Why is he so happy about being bullied? Your uncle recovers. My uncle! I look so much way OP than my uncle. Flippers for sale. Oh, this is so cute. Zora's waterfall. Oh, I love this so much. I like this music. The witch and assistant. Magic shop. Why not wish for Breath of the Wild too? I know, I should have. Twin lumberjacks, woodsman hut. I don't know if I was supposed to do anything with those two. Look how cute they are. Flute boy plays again. Is that his dad? Oh, he gets to play with his... Oh. Venus, queen of fairies, wishing well. Oh, her name was Venus. Ooh. Oh, she's so pretty. Look at that, guys. The dwarven swordsmith. Venus. Ooh. Aw, they just bowed. The bug catching kid. The bug catching. You know, I never got to talk to him. He always ran away from me. He always ran away from me. Hi. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, you know what? I don't think I met him. Bug catching kid. The lost old man on Death Mountain. I remember him. He's still lost to this day. Oh, he was the sick kid. Oh, you're right. I did meet him then. And the Master Sword sleeps again forever! Ooh, look how pretty. Oh, what a wonderful ending. Woohoo! We did it, guys! Hallelujah! 3 games done. Yeah. Hiroshi Yamochi. Shigeru Miyamoto. Nice. Kashi Tezuka. What a wonderful game. That was so wonderful. Oh, that was like definitely the breath of fresh air. 100%. Coming from Zelda 2 and then playing this game, oh, that was so fun. And it also was challenging. Oh. It was challenging. Some of the parts were easy, but then it got harder over time. I missed 4 items. Is that what I... Okay, yeah, there... Wait, 4? They weren't obvious, I don't think. Yeah, you can tell me this stuff now. That's fine. What game is next? If you guys type !event, it'll tell you all the info. But since you asked and I'm talking right now, it's fine. Link's Awakening. We're playing this game in release order. So the next game that came out after A Link to the Past was Link's Awakening. But we're gonna play Link's Awakening on the Switch. We're gonna play like the newest one. Just cause it's new and it's pretty and I have it already downloaded since I bought it when it first came out, which was like what, only like a year or so ago, something like that. It's been a long time though since I've played. Whenever the newest Link's Awakening came out, that's when I played it. There's a corrupted fairy? Oh, I did not see her. She upgrades your sword even more? The boomerang is upgradable? Oh, I didn't know that either. The thick fairy? Well, she upgraded my bow. I must have missed her. I don't know where she was. I feel like I did pretty good when I was looking around in the different like bombable walls and stuff. It really was, Nova. I was like, whoa, this is actually okay. Wait, what's this? Quest history? East Palace 4, Mountain Tower 9. What is this? The Dark Palace 7. Is this like how many things I killed? How many times I had to go back inside or something? Ice Palace 2. Oh, my death counter? Pretty good. I didn't die once in Misery Mire. Total games played 69. Well, would you look at that? That's a nice. Good way to end the game. Nice. Somebody should take a screenshot. So whose favorite game was this again? That worked out perfectly. It's unintentional. Did you get the gold sword? Was it gold? No. If that's like the biggest one, then no. Second favorite Zelda. It's gonna be fun to watch you play Link's Awakening, although I won't spoil or help. Okay. Well, if I need help, I would like help, so. Everyone's favorite game until the next Zelda game came out. True. Wait, did somebody take a screenshot and send this to me? I'd appreciate it. I think it's funny. Throw the sword in the fairy pool. Why would I do that? I don't even think I could. It like didn't even give me an option to select. Or maybe it did. I just didn't know how to select between the different ones. Oh, you didn't like Majora's Mask? I love Majora's Mask. Without the level 4 sword. Level 4? Oh, I guess one is getting it two times at the blacksmith and then one at the ferry. I guess I could have talked to I love that there's a lot of hints in the game, like built into the game. I'm assuming the gossip thing was Link's house, unless he was referring to something else. Yes, Link's Awakening is next. Yeah, we're gonna be playing the new one. Oh, thank you, Lee. Oh, I didn't want a clip. I wanted a screenshot. It was the blacksmith's house? The blacksmith's house was the gossip house? Hold on, I want a good screenshot, so I'm gonna smile awkwardly. Hey, Hodo! Are y'all doing it? Am I loud? Am I looking awkward enough for y'all? Just sitting here smiling at the camera. You took 2 pictures? Okay, good. Thank you. I love the sound effect from Ocarina of Time Choice Mask when you get an item from the chest. I can't remember it. It's perfect. Thank you. Hi, Mai. Don't make fun of me. How do you exit? Oh, wait. Oh, I paused my alerts because I didn't want them to go over the
you
stuff.
did it.
Oh, Jai, thank you for the 100 bits. And Silver, thank you for the 70 months. Whoa. Thank you so much for the 70-month resub. Holy cow. It didn't do the music, which is weird. Oh my gosh, Orca. The game sits here until you reset the game console. Oh, is that how? Oh, that's how you do it? DDS, thank you for the 48 months. Dang, just missed the boss fight. Well, don't worry. Me and Fred are going to edit my whole gameplay of all my experience playing this game. Boss, thank you for the host. Thank you. Thank you, Zedius. And thank you, Kata. It might take a bit until we have the next video up on YouTube, but we'll have it edited down. And obviously have the boss fight in it, so. Yeah, you just basically turn it off. Oh, okay.